I'm not sure if you noticed, but the video game universe is full of clones, and most of them sadly are bent on sending us to our untimely demise. But who wouldn't be upset knowing they're just number 2? Evil clones just don't seem to get enough love anymore. So let's count down our top 10 favorite evil clones in video games. Here are some rules so we don't have any confusion. Number 1, the clone must be looking to do evil or could just be misguided. Number 2, the clones don't have to be genetically created. And number 3, no lookalikes, just straight up clones here, people. So, with that done, let's meet our evil counterparts.
For later.
Here it comes!
Number 10, Persona 4, Shadows. If you've ever played Persona 4, you'll know exactly how evil these shadows can be. But for those who aren't familiar with the game, then let me fill you in. As the protagonist, you enter a TV world to save people trapped and forced to face their darkest selves. But for every time you find them, you must defeat their shadows, clones of the captive's darkest emotions taken shape as strange morbid creatures looking to destroy their original counterparts. And if that doesn't fit the evil clone description, I don't know what does.
It's to accept myself for who I really am.
Hey.
Number 9, Kid Icarus Dark Pit. A flawed copy of Pit, Dark Pit is a mirror image created from the Mirror of Truth, who goes around wrecking your shit, because why not? Don't get me wrong, even though we didn't like Dark Pit in our Super Smash Bros. List, he's a freaking cool character in the Kid Icarus games. He serves as Pit's rival in combat and portrays the anti-hero role within the lore of gameplay. Dark Pit differs from Pit with different weapons and personality, with more of an aggressive fighting style, and of course a stylish black outfit. A literal reflection of his original, Dark Pit makes the list at number 9.
Let's do this!
Number 8, Scott Pilgrim, Nega Scott. Appearing in all 3 forms of the medium, movie, graphic novel, and video game, Nega Scott is the forgotten memories of Scott Pilgrim's painful past. Fighting to return his memories to Scott, Nega Scott appears as a monochrome look-alike with an evil grin. Although he didn't play much of a role in the movie, he appears periodically in the books and also appears as a boss in the video game. Rated negative awesome, all we can say is we're in lesbians with him.
Sleeping late as usual, eh, Snake?
Number 7, Metal Gear Liquid Snake. So you decided to play Metal Gear 2, and once you got around to playing and learning the story, you find out everyone is a clone. Solid Snake is a clone, Liquid Snake, Solidus, clones are everywhere in this game. But Liquid is evil. Holding a grudge against Solid Snake for having superior genes, he seeks to defeat his brother in combat to prove his superiority. Also the leader of an elite organization which includes Revolver Ocelot and Psycho Mantis, he staged an operation to overthrow the government, which is pretty darn evil.
I won't die, as long as you still live.
Number 6, Metroid Dark Samus. First appearing in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, Dark Samus is the dark clone of Samus Aran from coming in contact with Phazon energy and manifesting into an exact copy of the Space Bounty Hunter. With unbelievable speed, weaponry, and abilities, Dark Samus proves as a formidable rival throughout the game. Also appearing in Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, she has become a constant in the Metroid Prime universe. But I would stay clear of this bounty hunter, she's out for blood.
What are you talking about? I am me, nobody else.
Number 5, Kingdom Hearts Roxas. Not necessarily a clone of Sora, Roxas still meets the criteria, and you're probably saying he isn't evil, but he is misguided into performing evil acts for Organization 13, so technically speaking, he does follow the rules. Not to mention he's almost too badass to not make this list. The same can be said for all the other organization members, seeing as they're all nobodies and former people, but we chose Roxas due to the fact that he's the clone of the most famous person in Kingdom Hearts, Sora, which in our books is an instant win.
You make a good other.
He's no good to me dead.
Number 4. Star Wars Boba Fett. Son of Jango Fett, or rather, an unaltered clone of Jango, Boba grows up to become one of the most feared bounty hunters of the galaxy. Holding a large arsenal of weaponry and gadgets to aid himself in combat, he favors his EE-3 carbine rifle, equipped with the scope and fast draw sling. He also holsters a Sarkos K-11, a powerful blaster pistol much like the one his father uses. Appearing in multiple adaptations of the medium, he's a fan favorite and a total badass bounty hunter. Everyone wants a piece of Boba, including the Sarlacc.
Always a pleasure. Pack your things. We're leaving.
Number 3. Pokemon Mewtwo. Aw, snap, yeah, but you forgot about this mother trucker. It seems everyone else did. Even when doing some research, no one mentioned Mewtwo. He basically is the definition of evil clone. Born in a test tube, copy of Mew, and even owns an evil lair. Okay, that one was in the movie, but he does show up in the games, and he does kick all kinds of ass. And now he's gonna be in Super Smash Bros? Step down, Lucario! Mewtwo's back! With psychic power abilities and one of the highest intelligence within the Pokemon universe, Mewtwo made this list with no problem at all.
None shall be able to stop me.
Number 2. Soulcalibur Nightmare. The Azure Knight of Soulcalibur Nightmare is the evil intentions of the cursed blade Soul Edge and seeks to harvest the souls of the living to feed its power. Originally wielded by Siegfried, it began to take over his mind and consume his sanity. Eventually, Siegfried broke free of the sword's grip and defeated it, but only later to find the sword manifested into a knight of his similar traits. A powerful and ruthless warrior, no end can be found to the path of destruction this knight has walked. Before we reveal number 1, let's look at some clones that didn't quite make the list. Number 1, Ocarina of Time, Dark Link. Not only is Dark Link a worthy mini-boss, but he's also a mini-boss in one of the most frustrating temples of Ocarina of Time, the dreaded Water Temple. Plus, a final boss in Zelda 2. He also appears in many other games. Dark Link is cunning and strong and can prove to be a powerful foe. Wielding a sword and shield plus added acrobatic abilities, the battle in which we clashed swords with him can be remembered to this day. The impact he gave us as young adults or kids will never be forgotten. That's why Dark Link is number 1 in our evil clones of video games. Thanks for watching Dreambridge Top 10. I hope you liked it, but if we did miss anything, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. If you have an idea for a list, go ahead and leave that there too, and we might even choose it, and you can be featured in our next video. Until then, like and subscribe, and have a good one.